Next editor here on the right side is the Symmetry editor that I can activate by pressing on the Symmetry button and automatically select the shape, or if I'm selecting a shape on the screen, the Symmetry editor is activated. And here is where the most things will happen for your composition. This editor consists of several sliders and buttons here on the right side that we will explain one by one. The rotate slider, as also seen in my first video, sets the rotation of your shape around the center. In this case, it's rotated 3 times around the center. Again, selecting the shape moves back to the Symmetry editor. Any shape can be selected and move it around, so your composition can change accordingly. Now, the next switch here tells you open or closed. Any shape that you have can be an open shape or a closed shape. An open shape is just an outline with an end and a start point, and the closed shape is already enclosed. For now, we keep it as an open shape. And the next switch over here is the one that flips on and flips off my shape. So let's say I'm moving this around, and now I can also flip it, so my composition becomes mirrored. I can rotate this as a different shape, and I can make it a bit smaller. Then I'm having something like this. Again, flip on, flip off, control if the shape is flipped or not. The next slider here controls the thickness of my line, the stroke. So I can move the slider up and down to move the thickness. I can also use the arrow keys, as you can see, to increase or decrease the line thickness. Those next two lines here controls the line in itself. The first one, controls the end of the line, and the one on the bottom controls the corner of the line. So the end can be rounded, can be square, or can be also square at the limit of the line. Now, this corner here can be rounded as it is now, can be beveled, or it can be simply corner. So stroke thickness, stroke end, and stroke join can be controlled from these buttons and this slider here. The next thing I can control here is the stroke color, of course, and the stroke transparency. Those buttons in the bottom control the gradient and the line in itself. Okay, the gradient button here opens the option to choose the first color and the second color for my gradient. So I can make it from red to yellow, let's say. Then now I have gradient applied to my outline. Exiting gradient, you can also set it back to a plain color such as white. Now, the next button actually is the node editor that controls the shape in itself. When you have the node editor open, you can select any node that determine my line. Then you can also use the arrow keys to move the node editor horizontal or vertical, or you can simply drag it. Then this way, you just change your symmetry the way you want. Here between the nodes, you notice the red one. The red nodes actually control the curvature. In this moment, it is a line in the middle of the line, so I have a straight line between this node and that node, and a straight line between this node and that node. Now when I select the red node, I can drag it around so I can change the curvature of the lines. This way, now I can have my line, and I can move it, and I have a completely different drawing on my screen. So again, gradient controls the colors that you can apply to your logo or your line, and you can simply reset it here. And the node editor controls the line itself as a node's position and those nodes that can be curved, or you can simply place center, and now the lines are straight. So I'm selecting this one, I'm placing center, and now my line is a straight line again.